What's going on, everybody? First off, I would like to apologize. I rarely apologize for things, but lately my life has not been very good. It's been very chaotic. I've been getting angry much more. I've had a lot of new things happen in my life, and I don't really have any relationship with my family anymore or my mom anymore, so yeah, things aren't good anymore. So that video I made yesterday when I was manic, I know, I talked about this woman in a grocery store aisle, and I, said like the word bitches, and I spit. That's a very bad word. And then I talked about blowing up, you know, 6.5 billion people, and I was excited about it. The one thing that I'm trying to do is not, create more homicidal people in the world, or people that hate each other in this world. Especially if you have a platform, and regardless of 15 people watching, or 10 people watching, or 2 people watching, you're still influencing the minds of other people just by speaking, just by them hearing you speak. And when I'm manic, like I was yesterday, and you add to that the subconscious of just the shitty life that I have right now, and it all pretty much stemmed from people in my life thinking that I couldn't do certain things. They didn't really have faith in me, and they didn't really want me around. And I think those are the 3 commonalities that we all share. Those are the 3 things that we all share. People with borderline personality disorder, bipolar, suicidal depression, mental illness, pretty much any form of mental illness. Because people just think that we can't do anything. Because of either our track record or our history, people lose faith in us, and essentially people don't want us around because we're too chaotic. Like me yesterday. Who the fuck would want to spend time with me yesterday? The video I made, that video was fucking horrendous. Like I lost a subscriber because of that video. Because the shit I was saying, number one, it wasn't helping anybody. And number 2, it was very hurtful. And it wasn't good. Like, and I'm not going to erase it. Because, we need to show, the outside world of the ups and downs, and the highs and lows, and like the shit that we say, and what we feel. And in that moment, I really did not like average people. When I was speaking yesterday in that video yesterday, I really didn't like average people. And I had a run-in with an average person yesterday, and I wanted to fucking kill them. Like, I was so angry. All I wanted to do was punch them in the face. Because, like, I don't get average people. I don't fucking understand them. Like, I was spending time with my friend Dr. M. I was having a great day with her. And when I was leaving her house, she's got, like, this beautiful backyard. And she's got a tree that I always pee on. And, like, she rents out the fucking house to, a couple of dudes, right? A couple of guys. And the dudes are usually never there. They just stay in their AC fucking apartments or whatever. And I've had, like, a run-in with this one guy a couple times. He's just an asshole. Like, he's not a loving person. He's just bitter and miserable. You know, sometimes I say that I want to kill the human race, and I want to fucking, you know, put everybody in a fucking stadium, you know, and just blow 6.5 billion people up. But I'm still a really fucking nice person. And I'm still really loving towards everybody I know. There's a difference. There's a fucking difference. I want to kill everybody in the fucking planet because, like, I don't value human life. And, like, I don't value my own life. So since I don't value my own life, I want to kill other people because I do not value their life. Especially because they're extremely different from me. Like, I don't understand people. Like, I don't get them. Like, I find them, like, they're so not primitive, and they're so wrapped up in comfort that anything that is outside the box that is primitive or ancient, they, like, for instance, yesterday, I was peeing on a tree, and a guy comes out, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm peeing on a tree." And he's like, "What the fuck, man?" He's like, I'm like sitting here, and like, you know, and you're fucking, like, I'm just trying to, like, you know, enjoy my day on my porch, and you're, like, peeing on a tree. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? And he, like, goes into his, like, and he goes back inside his fucking house, and he slams his door. And I'm like, as humans, we've been alive for millions of years. Before we've had the comfort of toilet bowls or just living in houses, we would pee in fields. We would pee on trees. We would pee anywhere we fucking wanted to. Women and men would pee outside, wherever. And it's like, unless it was by a stream or a river, you can't do that shit. But it's like, people get so angry and so hateful, and they think you should be a certain way, when all you're doing is peeing on a fucking tree, because that's what people have been doing for millions of years throughout history. And that's the shit I don't get. And they fucking judge us, and they reject us, and, like, I swear to God, like, it's shit like that. It keeps happening to me, and happening to me, and happening to me. Where all these fucking average motherfuckers just keep making my life fucking miserable. And every time they do that shit to me, I want to fucking slice their goddamn throats open. I fucking hate average people, man. I fucking hate them. They make our life so fucking difficult. It's like we don't have it fucking difficult enough. We already don't want to fucking kill ourselves. We struggle to fucking stay alive every goddamn day. It's a struggle every fucking day just to stay alive. Just not to kill ourselves. Just not to be paranoid or delusional or fearful or scared of people. Because most of us are so fucking hypervigilant because we got screamed at and beat the shit out of when we were children by our fucking parents. Or whoever the fuck raised us. And, like, we're fucking afraid of people. We don't think we're good enough. Nobody has faith in us. Nobody accepts us. They reject us. People don't think we're capable of doing shit. We're usually confined to fucking little rooms and shit because we can't make money. Because whenever we try to get jobs, we're so emotionally unstable, and our roller coaster is so unstable that they end up firing us because they think there's something wrong with us. Or we get so angry at people that we fucking yell at people. And that's not normal. Average people don't do that. But we can't keep our shit together. I started this video trying to apologize about wanting to kill people And here I am only wanting to kill people. And it took me 10 minutes to get there. Because I'd rather them all be dead and just keep my squirrels and my rabbits and my birds and my trees and my sun coming up and coming down. That's all that I need. Average people get in my fucking way. They get in all of our way, I believe. You know, there's this one, I forgot what it was. I think it was, you know, I wrote like homicidal at the very beginning, but I was like, I had my hand like this in the still frame. And like, I came to the conclusion that like I wasn't subconsciously sure if I wrote my book and I made these videos so the mentally ill people could rise up and slaughter the fucking average people, or if I wrote the book to like make peace with the average people. And like, I'm still conflicted. I really, it's like, and not only is it a struggle to fucking not kill ourselves every day, it's a struggle to not to be scared and fearful of others and have extreme anxiety and agoraphobia. The other day I went shopping with my buddy. My buddy's very loud. He has borderline. And like, I never go shopping with him for a good fucking reason, because I'm already fucking like paranoid and have anxiety, and like when I go shopping, I don't want anyone to see me. I want to be invisible. I want to be a fucking ghost when I shop, right? Because I'm in public. I don't want to make a scene. I don't want people to see me. And like, I was walking and he was like yelling behind me, and he's like, yo, Joe, what up? Yo, do you think I need it? And I was like, and I turned to him and I was like, and like, I almost fucking snapped on him. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, you cannot fucking yell my name and make a scene when I am in a public place, because I already have fucking agoraphobia, and I've been struggling with fucking agoraphobia my entire life. So when I go into a store, I try not to be seen. I try not to be noticed. I just want to be invisible. So don't fucking call out my name or like fucking talk loud ever. And that's the last time I'll ever go shopping with that fucking dude. I'm friends with him, but like, there's certain things I cannot do. And going shopping with people is one of them. Unless they're chill like me. Very zen, quiet. Don't make a fucking scene. Unless I'm with my niece, and then like me and her make a fucking racket. But that's different. She's like a safe person, you know. I don't know if you've ever like gotten into trauma therapy, but we have safe people and safe environments, safe people. My niece is one of those safe people for me. Many people aren't, though. I don't know, man. I'm just so goddamn depressed today. It seems like nothing good is happening these days. And I feel like I can't keep my shit together. And like all the shit that I'm saying in these videos is just getting worse and worse and worse. Like, it's just getting more extreme. And like, I'm getting more and more caught up with like, well, how many people are watching? Why am I doing it? And like, am I helping people, or am I just fucking destroying people? Or like I don't know, man. I'm starting to really lose my shit. I think a lot of people are losing their shit. I think ever since this coronavirus started, like, we're already fucking mentally ill. And we already had BPD and borderline. It's just like, it was hard before. It was hard before this fucking virus started. And ever since this virus started, man, it's just like, it's almost like this weird fucking nightmare. This morning I was cooking on my floor like I always do. And I had like a flashback of me in Thailand when I used to drink a lot, when I used to be like really fucking depressed. And I was like, God, it was such a fucking nightmare time, man. God, that was so fucking bad. And the only time I ever got depressed in Thailand is when I had a major drinking problem, because the beer there was so cheap. But once I stopped drinking in Thailand, I didn't get depressed anymore. I didn't have thought anymore. I wasn't thinking anymore. I wasn't depressed anymore when I was in Thailand. But I just had to stop drinking. And drinking is, god damn it, man, I can't do that shit. It fucks me up too bad. So this morning I was on my floor and I was cooking, and I had a flashback of this night when I was drinking in Thailand. And I thought about that night, and then I thought about like that week and just that time period overall in Thailand when I was drinking a lot, and how many people I lost in my life, and how many people were scared of me and thought I was mentally ill. Because people catch on after a while. At first, I could fool people for a couple weeks. And because I'm good at the game, I could kind of manipulate people. Like, okay, like what do I have to do to make people think that I'm sane? Because that's the only way to keep this job, is if I convince people I'm sane. But if I can't convince people that I'm insane, I'll lose my job. That's the way it always goes down. Always goes down that way. Because people don't want an insane person working for them. Like I said, once they realize you're insane, they don't have faith in you. They don't think you could do things. And eventually, they don't want you around. I really think that's the 3 core things, man. I really think that's the 3 core things that we all suffer from. That's it. I'll have to put that in my next book, man. That'll be the fucking chapter. Just that line. Just those 3 things. Because I think those 3 things are the things that we could all relate to. Because that's it, man. That's what we all have. That's what we all have to face throughout our life. Those 3 things. God damn it, man. You know, and then it's like, how long do you want to do it for? You know, I'm 42 years old. A lot of people that watch these videos, you're probably 17, 22, 25, 27, 32, 35. You're probably all younger than I am. You know, all 15 people that watch my videos, you're probably all younger than I am. You know, when you get older, if you don't make the right choices, like giving up drinking, giving up drugs, spending time around loving people, just nauseating, man. It's so fucking tiring. It's so goddamn tiring, man. It becomes a job just not to be suicidal, and just not to be homicidal, and just not to be scared of people and have anxiety. It's such a fucking job, man. Like, people are like, you know, like, if I were to get a job right now, you know, like, even if it was part-time and it was 20 hours a week, just the anxiety that I would feel just from being and losing time in other places and, like, not knowing how I'm going to fit time in for other things, and how am I going to cook, and when am I going to find time to do things like sleep and shave, and like I would start to dissociate, because I would be so worried about time and obsessed with time that I would start to dissociate. Like I could start feeling myself disassociating now just thinking about it. You know, because, you know, like I can't function at all. At all, man. Like I could function enough to make these videos. And even this, like, even these videos, I'm thinking like ever since I took on TikTok, I'm like, oh, well, I'm losing more time. My life is becoming too complex. Like, you know, like, and it's just like, how am I gonna fit these other things in? You know, and it's just like, and then like I feel like I'm rushing around, like always rushing, and a lot of the reasons why I rush is because like if I didn't rush throughout my life, I would get yelled at, right? So it's like a trigger. It's like I'm rushing so I don't get yelled at. Like, so now I find myself rushing all the time just so I won't be yelled at. But it's like, you're in a room by yourself. Like, no one's going to yell at you. You have nowhere to go. Like, no one's going to yell at you. Even if you don't do anything today. Like, you don't really have anything to do. You do all these things and you set up all these things so you won't be depressed. But because you set up all these things so you won't be depressed, like, you become so obsessed with time and you become so, like, anxiety ridden that you just want to cry because you're so fucked up. And then we have, like, average people that, like, bitch and complain that people are on SSI because we're so fucking mentally ill, or traumatized, or PTSD, or complex PTSD, or borderline, or whatever the fuck it is. And we have all these like people that are average people that don't have these issues like we have, and they think we're like taking advantage of the system. You know, and like I ride the bus and I hear them talking shit about like fucking mentally ill people all the time, like getting SSI and like being fucking too lazy to work and this and this and that. And I don't tell anybody that I'm mentally ill. No one. You know, when people ask me what I do for a living, I just tell them I'm a painter. I paint. I'm an artist. It's a fucking lie. But I gotta create a fictional story. My life is so fucking sad, man. It's just so fucking sad. Sometimes, like, you wake up in the morning and, like, you have these breakdowns and you wake the fuck up and you realize that, like, shit ain't hunky-dory and you can't keep lying to yourself. You know, you could say all this positive affirmation shit left and right, but when it all comes down to it, like, if you got a fucking shitty life, you have a shitty life. Mantras and positive affirmation, that shit ain't gonna help, man. It'll help a little bit. It'll convince you that everything is okay. It'll convince you that you're a great person, or, you know, everything's gonna be hunky-dory. But at the end of the day, we don't have anything. Most of us have families that don't want to be around us. Most everybody rejects us. Can't keep jobs. We have no money. We live on like $500 to $700 that the government gives us for SSI. And then we can't tell people we're on SSI because they judge us and think we were a piece of shit. And fucking stealing money from them because they pay taxes and we take their taxes. Even though like 2% of the fucking government fucking pie chart, about 2% goes to the mentally ill and people on SSI. And about 70% goes to fucking military and the United States Army and military fucking spending, and drones that fly over fucking Afghanistan and kill people. About 70% of our fucking federal income money goes to fucking military. About 2% goes to us. But people that ride the bus, or people that like want to bitch and complain that like people on SSI are lazy and they're spending our money, your money's going to drones flying over Afghanistan, killing children. It's not going to me eating fucking rice. Or my food stamps, or my food card, whatever you want to call it. People hate us, man. They don't want us around. Especially if they fucking know we're on SSI. They just label us, judge us. I don't want to say that they hate us. I don't want to put that in your mind. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just struggling right now. I don't want to say anything that I'm going to regret. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good day, man. I do. And I'm sorry for the shit that I said yesterday, man. Like, I don't say that women are bitches. I have an issue with some women, though. Like, for sure. Especially women in their 50s and 60s. That always look like they're pissed off. Or, like, just look bitter and resentful. They look at me and I just want to fucking curl up and die. Their eyes are so mean. Women who are in their 50s and 60s scare the shit out of me. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They scare the fucking shit out of me. But a lot of people scare the shit out of me. I think that's another reason deep down why I want to kill them. Because I'm either tired of being scared of them, or I don't understand them. I'm not one of them, and they make me feel like shit because they judge me and reject me. And if they weren't there, I'd probably be much happier. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for everything, and have a good day. And thank you for watching. 15 of us. Oh, we're awesome. Take care.